from quarterback coach to quarterback coach slash offensive coordinator. Now he has speaking role duties, and he's got that coach speak down to a science, man. He absolutely nailed it. Well, you don't learn anything, right? No, quite frankly, I think that quarterback room, and talking to Davis Warren, I had some chat time with him. They think that the final result of whoever comes out of that equation of the 4 or 5 quarterbacks competing, it's going to be a good situation, at least a decent situation. No, J.J. McCarthy. Everybody talked about J.J. McCarthy. Yeah, he set the standard. It's going to be hard to live up to that. We understand all that. But I don't think it's going to be a position of weakness. I don't think it's going to be a position of strength. But it's going to be workable, I think, when the final product comes out in September.
Tom, spring games are so hard to evaluate. Did the Wolverines struggle a little bit on offense in their wrap-up, or is the defense that good again?
Well, the defense is really, really good. And Zeke, the Rod Moore injury, that's what everybody kind of freaked out about a few weeks ago in practice, and he's gone for the year. And if he does come back, it would be very, very late and probably not wise. But, the defense is definitely the strength. The offense, it's that offensive line. You got all new pieces on that offensive line. Yeah, you have experience that worked in, but, man, that's the same situation Michigan State. And I'm a big offensive line guy as far as deciding if you're going to have a good team or not. So that's an equation. I think the receiving core is going to be all right. And obviously a tight end with Colston Loveland, that's a strength. And then Donovan Edwards. Donovan Edwards probably going to get 25 to 30 carries this year.
Wow. Tom, everyone's so used to number 9 at quarterback. Can you break down the competition at that position, and how much will fans wish J.J. McCarthy had a twin?
Well, Alex Archie, I talked to insiders, and they say, oh, man, he hasn't been throwing the ball. I mean, when it was behind the walls, at the Glick building. But, I mean, he struggled early on in this spring game, but he kind of got in rhythm later. He's an incredible athlete, very imposing guy, like a bodybuilder. And so it's great in that situation. The reason I asked that question about the dual quarterback situation, I think Davis Warren could be the quarterback when this is all said. Now, people might think I'm crazy, but I mean, if he competes well, he's so knowledgeable, and have an Orgy be kind of a counterbalance to that. That might be the situation coming out of the gate. But Orgy's a marvelous athlete. If he ever threw the ball with consistency, he would be
great runner.
Pretty good.
Tom, what about Tuttle?
Tuttle was straight close, and once again, another veteran quarterback. But he's coming off an injury, so I don't really know his situation. But I think he'd be a fine option. They're not going to get J.J. McCarthy. That's just, you got to accept that fact.
How about Jaden Davis?
Very young, very confident, though. Incredibly confident young man. He thinks he's going to start in the Fresno game. But I think that's going to be a year or so down the road before he comes into play, at least.
Tom, U of M's schedule much tougher this year, as you've always wanted.
So watch what you wish for.
Which teams will have beaten the Wolverines before their game in Columbus?
We're going to talk about, you do that spring break evaluation, what games are close.
We'll give you a chance to change it 6 times.
Can I change it? I mean, I'm going to do my official one after Big Meeting. I got 3 losses to 2 losses, somewhere in that range.
Okay.
I think Ohio State's going to be really difficult to win down there, and Oregon.
What about Texas or Oregon?
Yeah, but I think it might be. I don't know. They might be either Texas or Oregon.
Yeah. Okay. Rico, Jim Harbaugh kept his promise with the national championship tattoo. Mm-hmm. What would you pay to see the word vacated across that artwork?
You know what, Jack? Not vacated, but I was just looking very closely. I don't see the asterisk. Does that come up on the next round when they darken that thing up?
Yeah, there's got to be a sign you can steal for that. Rico, the NCAA announced its penalties in the U of M COVID recruiting infractions, with another decision on sign stealing yet to come. Did the Wolverines escape, and are they out of the woods?
I don't think they're out of the woods. It depends on how long it's going to take for the next round to come down. But I think this is This was unnecessary. You could have just had your coach take the 4-game suspension last year, and this goes away. So this is a blemish, but now does this hinder you when the next round comes around for the NCAA punishment?
Tom, U of M basketball has had portal success in April under May. How will they be from January to March?
Well, with the addition of Trey Donaldson, that he's a pretty solid point guard. I think that they got 6 players and they need 5. They need at least 6 more. I mean, we don't really know.